a jumbo jet so massive it's nicknamed the whale shark. The aircraft's dimensions are truly awe-inspiring. 231 feet long, it's almost twice the length of a Boeing 737, with a wingspan of 210 feet. It spans nearly an entire American football field. And that's not even counting the additional 60 feet needed to accommodate its two sets of engines. So just how much space does this plane actually take up? Let's find out. With a wing area of 6,875 square feet, the B-747 is one of the largest planes ever built, with a maximum takeoff weight of 775,000 pounds. It can carry over 700 passengers in a typical three-class configuration, or nearly 1,000 in an all-economy layout. But that doesn't mean it has to be filled to the brim to make an impact. Even with just 100 people on board, the 747 still dwarfs smaller planes like the Embraer 175, which can only carry around 70 passengers. In fact, there have been instances where these massive jets have flown with as few as 4 passengers on board, making for some pretty lonely flights. So, how do these planes manage to stay airborne when they reach carrying such a small fraction of their maximum capacity? It comes down to physics. When an airplane takes off, it needs enough lift to lift its weight. Lift is generated by the wings, which curve upwards on the top and are flat on the bottom, so that when air flows over them, it moves faster above than below. Faster air means lower pressure. So lower pressure above, higher pressure below. You get lift. Now, if you increase the speed of the airflow over the wings, you increase the lift. That's why when a plane accelerates down the runway, it eventually reaches a speed where it can take off. It's generating enough lift to lift its weight. But here's the thing. When you fly at higher altitudes, the air is thinner, which means that each square inch of the wing is generating as much lift as it would at lower altitudes. As a result, to maintain lift at higher altitudes, you need more air flowing over your wings. And that's where the engines come in. They increase the speed of the airflow over the wings, generating the extra lift needed to keep the plane aloft. Now, the amount of lift you need depends on the plane's weight, and that includes the weight of the fuel it needs to stay in the air. So, the heavier the plane, the more lift you need, which means you need faster air flowing over the wings, which means more thrust from the engines. For a small plane like the Embraer 175, you don't need much thrust to get the required airflow over the wings. But for a massive jet like the Boeing 747, you need a lot of thrust. That's why it has 8 engines. The 747 has been in production since 1968 and has undergone several upgrades and modifications over the years. Initially, it was designed to transport large numbers of passengers quickly and efficiently over long distances. Today, it continues to be one of the most popular wide-body commercial aircraft in the world. Its iconic shape and size have made it a recognizable symbol of aviation and air travel. Despite its age, the 747 remains an impressive feat of engineering and technology. Its spacious cabin and upper deck provide ample room for passengers and cargo, while its high cruising speed and range allow it to connect distant cities with ease. However, the 747 is not without its critics. Some argue that its size and weight make it unsustainable and inefficient, while others point to its high operating costs as a major drawback. Despite these criticisms, the 747 remains a popular choice for airlines around the world. In addition to its passenger and cargo variants, the 747 has also been adapted for a variety of other uses. It has been used as a flying laboratory to conduct scientific experiments and research, as well as a platform for airborne early warning and control systems. Its large size and capacity have also made it a popular choice for aerial refueling, allowing it to extend the range of other aircraft. The future of the 747 is uncertain. With the rise of new technologies and changing demands in the aviation industry, it remains to be seen whether this iconic aircraft will continue to play a significant role in air travel. Some analysts predict that its size and weight will eventually make it obsolete. However, Boeing continues to invest in the 747 program and has plans for a new 747-8, which features improved fuel efficiency and updated interiors. Only time will tell whether the 747 can adapt to the challenges of the 21st century, or if it will ultimately be replaced by newer, more efficient designs. It's worth noting that the 747 isn't the only wide-body aircraft in production today. Airbus, its European counterpart, produces the Airbus A380, another massive double-decker wide-body jet that seats up to 853 passengers. However, the A380 has been less successful than the 747, and there are currently only around 250 in service compared to over 1,500 747s. The 747 isn't the only plane that dwarfed the Embraer 175. The Airbus A380 is another wide-body jet that's absolutely massive. In fact, it's even bigger than the 747, with a wingspan of 262 feet. It's almost as wide as a basketball court, and its total length, including the two engine pylons and the nose landing gear, is 275 feet, which is about the same as two Boeing 737s lined up nose to tail. But what really makes the Airbus A380 stand out is its height. At 269 feet tall, it's almost as tall as the Statue of Liberty. And that's not even counting the additional 13 feet needed to accommodate its upper deck. So how much space does this plane actually take up? Well, let's find out. with a wing area of 8,996 square feet. The Airbus A380 is one of the largest planes ever built, with a maximum takeoff weight of 1.2 million pounds. It can carry over 850 passengers in a typical three-class configuration, or nearly 1,000 in an all-economy layout. That's a lot of people. 2. Put that into perspective. The Empire State Building can hold over 1,000 people, and the A380 can fit nearly twice that many people. And if you want to pack even more people into the A380, you could cram around 2,500 people into it. That's the equivalent of filling 2 school buses to the brim. Of course, there's no way anyone would actually want to fly on a plane that's packed that full. But it does give you a sense of just how much space the A380 has. On a typical flight, though, the A380 will carry around 500 to 600 passengers. Even at that reduced capacity, it still dwarfs smaller planes like the Embraer 175, which can only carry around 70 passengers. In fact, the A380 is so big that it can't even be accommodated by all airports. For example, its wingspan is too big for some airports to handle, and its height is too much for others. But that hasn't stopped airlines from buying hundreds of them. It's hard to overstate just how much the A380 has changed the way we think about airplanes. It's a technological marvel that has pushed the boundaries of what's possible in commercial aviation. Its development involved years of research, testing, and innovation, and the end product is a testament to human ingenuity. However, the A380 has also faced its share of challenges. Its massive size has made it difficult to maneuver and park, and its weight has made it a target for criticism regarding fuel efficiency. Nonetheless, the A380 remains an impressive feat of engineering and a reminder of what can be accomplished when humans set their minds to it. Whether or not the A380 will continue to be produced in the years to come remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, it will continue to be a source of fascination for aviation enthusiasts and a symbol of the power of human innovation. So what do you think? Is the Airbus A380 the ultimate airplane? Or are you more of a fan of the Boeing 747? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.